Hello everyone and welcome to Nasscom Conversations. I'm very glad to be joined with Swapnil Jain, co-founder Ather Energy. Swapnil, welcome to Nasscom Conversations.
Thank you.
Swapnil, you started Ather when EVs were still a very new category in India. What did building from scratch teach you about the difference between making a product and actually owning the technology behind it?
I think starting back in 2013 when EVs were very non-existent almost in India, whether two-wheeler or in four-wheeler sector. So it was a great place to start because no technology existed, and that is where somebody like us could make an impact. We were somebody who wanted to not just build a product but also own the technology stack behind it, because we strongly believe that's what differentiates a strong organization and making a big impact versus just being a Me Too product. EV is a very technology-driven segment. If you want to make a vehicle which is reliable, cost, something which can be driven every day, and ensuring safety and doing it at a mass scale. It meant reimagining everything from scratch about how a two-wheeler should be, and that means owning the entire technology stack, and that's what has been our strength all along. That's what has allowed us to do whatever we have been able to do today.
You said that if an OEM does not build its own technology, someone else is learning at its expense. Which capabilities must an EV company own, and where does partnering more make sense?
So for not just for EVs but for every kind of business, what it is important to know what is your core and what do you want to differentiate yourselves on. And that's where you start over investing. So in case of an EV, we knew that the entire drivetrain, from motor controller to battery management system, and the entire software stack, essentially the entire electronics of the vehicle, is something which is going to be our differentiation, and is going to be, and it's something which a traditional automotive player does not understand. Most traditional automotive players understand engines, they understand mechanical components, but they don't understand electronics or software as well. And EVs are all about electronics and software. So if you want to differentiate yourself, you have to build a very high degree of strength in the electronics and software area, and that's where we got started with, and that's where we are kept on over investing on. But certain other technologies like tires or suspension or brakes, these are standard technologies. These have been created, and these are not differentiated a lot between an ICE and an EV. There is some differentiation, but not as much between an ICE and an EV. And we believe that this is something which we should partner on. Even something similar to something which we created and chose to partner on was charging infrastructure. We created the technology, but we said that it is not something which is unique to Ather. It's something which the entire industry should have, and that's where we even open source our charging infrastructure standard as well. So that's where we believe that the industry partnering is very critical.
Interesting. Ather's vertical integration spans across battery, BMS, software, vehicle electronics and charging. How does owning the full technology stack change the speed and quality of product development?
Immensely. EVs is very nascent, which means that you have to make changes every few months. We are constantly upgrading our product in terms of reliability, in terms of cost, in terms of performance, in terms of manufacturability. All of this is being upgraded at a very rapid pace. But what it means is that you need to have a complete control on all these areas. If not, then you are dependent on somebody else. And our observation is that when multiple organizations try to work together, especially in the automotive world, you cannot do it at the pace which we would want. So if you want to do something fast, then you have to own the technology stack. Otherwise, two organizations coming together in itself adds so much of a friction that it can immensely slow you down.
Okay. You have argued that India must move beyond manufacturing and localization to creating automotive intellectual property. What needs to change in the relationship between OEMs and suppliers for that to happen?
I think we need to have a lot more transparency on on how we are going about our own product roadmaps, and what are our strengths and weaknesses. I think this is where what I've seen, especially with Indian industry, is that everybody is very cagey. They don't want to reveal too much about what they are doing, what are their strengths, weaknesses. So sometimes we have seen that sometimes even our suppliers, if they are having any challenges, they don't openly share with us. When we don't know their challenges, we can't make any suggestion to make something easier. So I think as an industry, entire automotive industry, tier ones and OEMs, we all have to learn how to work together as an industry, and not fight against each other and not be very cagey.
Ather developed its charging connector and later opened the intellectual property, contributing to the LECCS standard. How do you decide when technology should remain proprietary and when operating can it help build the market?
EVs, it's first, your fight is against ICE. You're not fighting against EVs to begin with. So anything which solves a fundamental problem of the industry is what we would not want to own by ourselves. We want to build more such technologies which can be adopted by the industry, so that we can sort of speed up the entire adoption of EVs itself. If EVs adoption increase, Ather will automatically succeed, and charging infrastructure was one such step. It's an infrastructure play. It is not an OEM proprietary play. What we realize is that a good two-wheeler fast charging or either the charging standard itself did not exist across the globe. And when we said that, why do we want to have to wait for a Japanese or German to create these standards? I mean, there is no reason why Indians can't create a standard. So we said we'll build the standard and we will let the entire industry adopt it. It is not built for Ather. It is built for the entire industry. We have ensured elements which enable. So there are elements to the charging standard which are not even necessarily required for Ather, but we have incorporated that in the standard design, because we want to give every OEM the flexibility. Like, for example, you have an AC charging and DC charging. Ather primarily has been on DC charging and off-board charging, but we have an element of AC charging available on the charger if some OEM chooses to also do an AC charging. So we have, I think developing standards is also something which will be very critical for Indian industries to go global. That's how the rest of the world has created an impact by creating standards which everybody else adopts, and then it sort of creates a moat around the entire country's industry itself. It is not about an individual OEM, but the entire industry of the country, and that's what we would want to aim at.
Fascinating. Looking ahead, where do you see India having the strongest opportunity to shape global product technology?
I can't think of anything which India cannot have an impact, but if I say specifically from my perspective, I think EVs in general, definitely. Semiconductors also, I believe that it's a strong impact. We are already seeing space. We are starting to do amazing. So I think anywhere where a combination of multiple technologies come together and developing good products is something which we can do really well. Some people, like for example, Chinese are good at pure tech, but when it comes to creating products, they may not be still as good. When it comes to creating brands, they may not be as good. But India has also created great brands. So we know how to create great products. We also know how to create great brands. So I think this is where we have to leverage our strength to make an impact in some of these industries.
Okay, great products and great brands. And with that, thank you so much, Swapnil. It was a wonderful conversation. Thank you so much.
Likewise. Thank you.